Hey everyone, it's Meredith Esch, creator of PauseBox. I wanted to pop in because I've been kind of mulling over a question, and ironically, it's about the nature of questions. So I noticed in my own experience and in developing the programs that I offer that a lot of us don't really take the time to ask the big questions, right? It's very rare that you are in tune with what the big question in your life is at this time. Mostly we go around with a lot of statements, probably a lot of declarative knowings, and we don't often make room for the question. And for me, questions are one of the most creative acts you can do in your life. So a good question is also the catalyst for transformation, right? No transformation happens until you ask a question. So you're going to see in my feed this week, I have identified seven questions that could change your life. If it's something that is coming up for you, I recommend that you look at those questions and see which one resonates, and then ask the question to your higher self, to your inner spirit, to your intuition, and see what your inner self has to say. Because a lot of these questions can't be answered with the logical mind, the linear mind, the analytical mind. A lot of these questions require huge leaps in imagination and intention. So definitely check out the posts that I'm doing on social right now. I've got 7 questions. I'll give you a little taste of them. I've got them right here. We started the week with, what if I healed an important relationship in my life? How often do we just coast by? How often are we so hurt and so, quietly devastated that we just let those important relationships stay unhealed? So that question is a powerful one. And the minute you make the decision to heal a relationship, and it has nothing to do with the other person, it has everything to do with yourself, there is a rush of creative energy and liberation and transformational power that is delivered in your life. Again, asking a question creates transformation. What's the big picture in anything, for my health, my relationship, and my business? Just even zooming out, right? We stay in the weeds far too often. What is that big picture? What's that theme? What's that feeling? And really getting clear and visual about that. What if I prioritized X, Y, or Z in the next 3 months? You know, a lot of us don't live with priorities. We're constantly juggling, and everything is equally weighted. So just even the decision to create a priority, and it's not out of shoulds or desperation. It's out of like, what if this one thing became really important to me, or I started to really honor it for myself? That is a huge question that I've seen people get great results with. What's holding me back? This is my favorite because we don't know what we don't know. And oftentimes it takes our intuition to give us a little insight into some of our blind spots. So what's holding me back? What are the attributes of my next calling or partner or business, right? So this is more of forecasting. What qualities am I attracting into my life in these really important ways? And then what if I took path A versus path B? This is for the folks who are actually in the throes of decision making, and they're kind of up against a wall and they have to decide where to go, and the mental brain is probably spinning out, trying to figure out all the scenarios, weighing all the shoulds, but there's always hidden assumptions when it comes to your ego. And so asking your intuition around path A, path B is going to yield so much more information that you can then take back to your rational mind and say, okay, now that I have this information and it's equally weighted to all the logical information, which path should I take? So that's a hugely successful question. And then what quality do I need in order to thrive in my next role? This one I've done for myself, just leadership, right? So coming out of corporate, launching into entrepreneurial, my business, there's a gap there, right? Top down versus bottom up, very patriarchal versus my own girl power. So that one I've had a ton of success with, just really finding out for myself, what is that vision of leadership in my next role. For your next role, it may be a next role at work. It may be a next role in your creative expression. It could be a next role in your relationship. So again, all these questions are so powerful in the way they change and alchemize your life, right? It creates fresh energy. It creates input. It asks for guidance. And, we are really powerful beings, and we're very powerful when we ask for guidance. So I hope this has given you something to think about. Absolutely, you can use any of these questions for journaling, but I do have an offer I want to make sure you know about, and that is next week on Friday. I have a clarity retreat called Rip and Reveal. And this is where we have a lot of fun grabbing visual information in a random way so that our ego has to take a back seat and our intuition gets to drive, and we get huge insight into what is up for us right now. And I can guarantee you, everyone who's gone through this workshop has had deep ahas, has had very clarifying, confidence boosting insight. And what's beautiful is they see a picture. And the minute you can see a picture of what's ahead, you are galvanized and you are moving forward. So that is the retreat. It's called Rip and Reveal Clarity Retreat. It's on September 18th, which is next Friday. Sign up. I have a $50 discount code if you sign up. Use the word clarity, all caps. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you there. And in the meantime, ask yourself some big questions. Make room for that. It is it's going to pay off. It's going to welcome you into your next season. So thanks for joining. I'll talk to you soon.